Let's see. What was it? That was just fine. A little bit of brown on that there. What's going on? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Had to do a little painting for the new year. I'm still going to do my painting here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Where's my... Don't know who this is. Okay. As a Bible, can't knock it hustle for real. Alright, let me stop playing around and get to business. Get to business. Hope you all having a good and safe new year. I hope all of you have goals that you want to obtain, that you're working extra hard to obtain. You know, whether it be big or small, short term or long term, it don't matter. Have some goals that you want to obtain, that you want to reach for. You know, 2018, every new year is about, you know, a new lease on life. Well, every day is like a new lease on life. So a new year is the same thing, a new lease on life. This is day one of 365, means you got the first day of a new chapter in your life. So what are the pages of this particular chapter going to be like? What are they going to read? You know, what's going to be the first story of the first day of the new year? This is how I'm going to start off my first page of this new book. It's going to be it's the first one. This is chapter 1 of 2018. I ended it with a painting. I ended 2017 with a painting. And with art, I'm going to continue to go into 2018 with art. You know? Like I said before, I'm going to taking this a lot more serious, you know? There you go, much better. Ouch. Oh, man. 2018. I'm gonna be honest. I'm anxious. Excuse me. I'm anxious, yet I'm nervous about 2018. I'm anxious and nervous in a good way about 2018. How I feel right now is going to be a lot of things being done that are going to be challenging for me. I know this, and I say this because there are things that I want to do that are going to be new and challenging for me. You know, like it's like 2018 is going to be the year of breaking my comfort zone. You know, we all like to be comfortable with certain things, but there are times in our lives where we need to break out of our comfort zone, do things that we wouldn't do, you know, under under comfortable. I won't say under comfortable circumstances. You know, we do things when they're comfortable for us. But if you want to progress in life, there's going to come a time where you need to do things that you are not comfortable with, that make you very, very uncomfortable, that make you, put you on the edge in many ways. And I get the feeling, I just get a feeling that this year is going to be that for me. I never felt that way in 2017. When 2017 started, I didn't feel that way. I really didn't know what to make of 2017, to be honest with you, when it first happened. But 2018, it seemed like I'm a little more clear on what this year will have in store for me. Now, with that being said, the fact that I know that 2018 is going to be the year of, breaking comfort zones, I'm not going to ask for what I'm going to ask for is the strength and the patience to deal with those moments when I'm in that comfort zone, when I'm in that mode of discomfort, to give me the strength to handle those moments, because they will come. And I am cognizant of it. I mean, 2017, I was uncomfortable with a lot of things, but it kind of took me by surprise, because I didn't feel it, didn't foresee it. Well, now I foresee it. I get the strong sense that this is going to be that year. However, just like with my art, whenever I'm confronted with uncertainty and discomfort, what usually follows once I proceed to be in that discomfort and go through it is growth. Happens all the time with my art. Whenever I'm uncomfortable and when I feel stagnant with my art, that means that there's going to be a change with that. So this is no different. You know, when you are uncomfortable in a situation, that means that you have outgrown that position. It's like a lobster in its shell, or like a when you outgrow your shell, you need to shed it. You need to shed that, because you are growing, but you can't grow if you don't get out of that shell and break free from it, so you can put on a new shell that suits your growth. But if you always comfortable in that old shell, you will never grow. You will want to grow, but your shell, your old shell, will not allow you to grow. You must get rid of that old shell and grow a new shell that fits the new you. And it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. It's very painful. It's very shocking. It's it's scary. It's a lot of discomfort, all that. But you will grow. You will grow. You have to grow. You have to grow. Even if things around you don't grow, whether it be people, whether it be ideas, whether it be philosophies, whether it be your job or whatever it is, you have to grow. Even if your environment does not grow. So if you are uncomfortable in your environment, that means that you have outgrown it, and you need to find a way to shed that old thing. Whatever is restricting your growth, you need to shed it. Now I'm saying this to the camera, but I'm also saying this to myself as I'm saying it, as I'm speaking it. I'm saying it to myself. you know, when you get to a point where the space around you cannot grow with you, get out of that space. If you can't change the space you're in, change the space you're in. You know? Because the people around you will change at their own pace. The places around you will change at its own pace. The ideas you have or the ideas you're confronted with will change at its own pace. You also have a pace that you change at. And when that time has come for you to change, you have to be aware. You have to be, you have to be honest about it. You have to say to yourself, you know what? I'm in a space now where I'm changing. The things that I thought at one point, I no longer think it. You question things. You question yourself. You question the places you go. You question the people that you encounter. Even family. You question things that your family told you were true at one point, and you say, and you grew up with it. But as you got older, you realize with your experiences that certain ideas just don't hold true with your experiences. Certain people you grew up with that you love dearly, and you still do love them, you realize that certain people are not going to grow, how you would like them to. And that's really what hurts a lot of people that you want people that you grew up with, that you love, to grow at your rate, to see things the way you see things. But as noble as that is, you know that that's never going to happen. That everyone's different. Everyone grows at a different rate. Everyone grows at a different pace. What you may grow into a certain way, others may not. And the same thing with you. There may be things that you have yet to grow into that others have already gotten to. So we all have our room for growth. There's always room for growth. And the smart person recognizes when that moment is happening. The smart person knows, okay, I feel like I'm going through something. What is this I'm going through? What is this I'm feeling that I just something is changing in me. And right now I recognize that change is coming up in me. So instead of fighting it, you go with it. So okay, this change is coming. What do I need to do? I need to recognize the change is coming. I need to recognize it. I need to own it and say, okay, this change is coming. Whether I want it to or not, because it may be things happening or changes coming to you that you just don't want to happen. Because like I said, you're comfortable. But you need to know that change does not care about your comfort level. Change is all about, evolution. Evolution is change over time. If evolution was a math problem, it would be E equals C over T. Evolution is change divided by time. We all go through it. We all experience it. We all have that moment where we just say, you know what, I'm changing. I'm evolving. I'm a different person. Certain things I used to do, I don't do anymore. Or certain things I didn't do, I do. Certain things I didn't believe, I find myself going with it. Certain things I used to believe in, I don't follow anymore. It happens. Certain rules I used to follow, I no longer believe in. Certain philosophies that I grew up with, I don't I don't follow it. It just don't work for me anymore. I mean, every year we go through this. Every year we have these moments. It's not just 2018. Every year we have these moments. Whether you realize it's happening or not, we all have these moments. We all have these revelations, these epiphanies, these awakenings. We all have them. It can be subtle. It can be monumental. But there's always a moment in our lives, whether it be big or small, where we just get hit with new information. Just wham, happens. And, the quicker you recognize it, the quicker you can adjust to it and find out, how does it work for me? How can I use this as a learning tool? Oh my God, that girl. How can I use this as a learning tool? What would you say? I don't lose. I just learn. Either you win or you learn. Once you realize that there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a loss. It's either you win or you learn. Once you realize the lesson, you don't lose. You never lose when you learn. You never lose when you learn. You only get better if you recognize the lesson. That's the thing. The faster you recognize the lesson, the faster you are to winning. But once you figure, okay, once I know, okay, this is what I need to learn, and the faster I learn it, the better I am. I evolve, I change, I grow, I take things off, I add things on. Once I realize that, I get better. I never lose. I always learn. That's how that go. You never lose. You always learn. So always ask the question: what did you learn from last year? What did you learn from yesterday? That's one of the reasons why I keep a journal. I keep a journal mainly because I get to look back and I get to see where I was at certain points in my life. I get to see where I made good decisions. I get to see where I made not so good decisions, where I need to learn, what lessons were taught, what I learned from them. I get to see what I was thinking at that moment. Was it a smart decision? So that way, if I ever encounter a situation similar to that one, I have a lesson, right there that I learned last year or yesterday. I can bring it into this situation and continue to grow. So you never lose. You only learn. And if you're smarter, you take the lessons from others. You learn from other people. The smart man learns from their mistakes. The wise man learns from the mistakes of others. That's how that go. Because if you can learn from others' mistakes, it can help you recognize a potential error in yourself faster. You say, okay, from this particular event, from this person, they went through this and they did this. I see myself going through this. I don't want to go there. So how do I deal with it? Well, how did this person go through it? And see if it works for me. Now, of course, everyone is different. Every situation is different. That is true. But that does not mean that you cannot learn from someone else, even though they're not you. To think that, oh well, this person's different. It's not the same thing. That does not mean you cannot learn from that person's mistakes. The worst thing you can do is think that you cannot learn from someone else. That granted, we all think that we're different. We all think that I'm different. It won't happen to me. Blah blah blah. I'm smart and stuff, and not me. Everybody thinks not me. Even when someone has experienced what you're going through, everyone thinks to themselves, not me. Everyone says, this won't happen to me. Everyone says that. And that's usually the moment where we're actually in the situation and we don't even realize that we're in the situation. We don't even realize that we're in it. It takes someone else to see it and say, hey, young man or young lady, you're in a bad situation. Let me help you get out. That's usually when it happens. It usually happens when we're already in it. We're already in the situation and we don't realize it until someone sees it from the outside and points it out to us, and then we say, not me. Nah, what you talking about? It ain't me. Usually, the person, even though the person may know that is a problem, they still want to deny it. Denial is people say cocaine is a hell of a drug. Denial is a hell of a drug because denial will have you believing that you're right when in fact you're wrong. And not only are you wrong, your error can cost you a lot more than you're willing to pay. That was deep. Your error, when you believe you're right and you don't want to learn from other mistakes, your error can cost you more than you're willing to pay. Meaning it can cost you a job. It can cost you money. It can cost you a certain lifestyle. It can cost you friendship. It can cost you your life. It can cost you someone else's life. You can do things that can cost you your life or cost someone else their life. All because you didn't want to listen to that person who saw you going down the road and had at least enough respect for you. Whether or not they loved you, they had enough respect for you because you already love somebody to respect them. They had enough respect for you to pull you to the side and say, "Hey, my man," or "Hey, young lady, let me stop. Let me help you avoid this roadblock before it gets too crazy for you. Let me help you. Come over here. What you about to do right now is something you really don't want to deal with. You don't want this problem. I see what you're doing. I see what you're about to do. I see where this is going, and I can see where it can go really crazy for you. You don't want that in your life right now. Come over here. Let me help you out. Let me help you understand what you're about to do. Let me help you deal with this. And at first, people will think, no, well, this person's trying to school me and all that stuff. Like I said, we all did it. I did it. It's usually your parents. Your parents are trying to help you with something. They're trying to give you a nice lesson, but you ain't trying to hear it because your ego. Ego is ego in denial. Your ego will deny your mistakes. Ego is the father of denial. And ego will justify disrespect. 9 times out of 10, if you disrespect somebody, your ego will justify it. That's why if you ever do something wrong, before you do anything wrong, you must first make it sound right. That's what ego will do for you. Ego will make you justify the wrong you're doing, which means you know what you're doing is wrong, but your ego will justify the wrong you are about to do. You will make it sound right to you. You will make yourself believe that what you're doing is right, even though you know it's wrong. The fact that you made it sound right means you understood in your mind that what you were doing is wrong. Me personally, like, what in the world? You talking about change? What they got to do with 2018 change? Well, here's the thing. All that is a mental thing, meaning you don't have to go into a new year with that same attitude. There will be things that will come to you that will challenge your ego. And when those things come to you and they challenge your ego, how will you handle it? How will you handle something challenging your ego? And you got to realize how many things that you encounter are actually worth your temper. Think about that. How many things you encounter on a day-to-day basis are actually worth your attention? Actually worth you getting upset? Like how many things? Like for us, let's be real about that. How many things do you encounter every day that you get upset about? That when you think about it and you say, you know what, is this really worth me getting upset about? How many things? You think about it, not really. Now there are things that you get upset about that are worth you being upset about. That is true. But how often do you come across those things? How often do you do it? And how often do you recognize those moments when they come? How often do you recognize those moments you say, you know what, this person is, or this situation is really, really not, is not good for me, but is it really worth me? Is it really, really worth me doing this? Is it really worth me threatening this person? Is it really worth me fighting this person? Is it really worth me arguing with this person? Is this person really worth me arguing with? Let's be real. It's like this person right here is looking for attention. Is this person really worth me arguing with? Like, do I really need to argue with this person to prove? What do I got to prove to this person? Now, I'm saying that it sounds easy, but I know it's not. I know there are situations like, you know what, I want to just cut into this person. I want to say something to hurt this person. But do I really need to argue with this individual? Is this person really, really worth me arguing? Like, there are more important things I can argue about. Is this really one of them? You know, like this person's obviously wrong, and they are trying to get a rise out of me. Is this person really worth me doing that? Really? Like, do I really need to? If I don't really need to, why should I? Why should I give this person my energy? Why should I give this person my anger? Why is this person deserving of my anger? Are they? Because if they're not deserving of my anger, why am I getting upset? Am I getting upset because I have a legit reason to be upset? Or am I getting upset because my ego won't let me let it go? See that right there? See, even though the other person may be responsible for the issue, it is up to you to decide whether or not this person is worth your time. Now, granted, keep in mind, I know what I'm saying. I know it sounds easier said than done. I totally agree. Trust me. I know. I totally agree. It is easier said than done. But you know that there are moments that are not worth your time. This person isn't posing any threat to you or your family. You know this. So if this person is of no consequence to you, are they really worth your time, or is it your ego won't let this situation go? Which one is it? Is it your ego? Excuse me. Which one do you want? Which one do you want? Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? Let that sink in. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? Is being right so important to you that you are willing to sacrifice your sanity? Drink that for a little bit. Is this person worth you being upset? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be sane? Or do you want to be right? Do you want to prove a point to this person? Which one is it? Which one you want to do? Which one you want to do? You want to be right? Do you want to be right that bad? Do you want to shut this person up so bad that you are willing to entertain foolishness? Hmm? You want to entertain foolishness that bad? That's what you want to do? Okay. Well, 2018 will be that year to show the era of that thinking. Now, like I said, there are moments where you say, you know what? I need to correct this person. This person's getting out of hand. Like this is just no. This person is doing wrong. I need to correct this person. That happens. But how many moments in your life do you actually come across those moments where you need to really check somebody? How many times? How many times? Hmm? How many times? Not many. Not many, really. Let me end this for now. Oh, let me put this up right here. This is part 2. Got the shadows. I haven't done. Got the hot. This, I'm not. I haven't done the highlight. This is just the base. This is the base. I haven't done the highlights yet. Okay. So this is just the base right here. All right. More coming. 2018. Let's get it. Peace.